Hello and welcome to the program. I am Suren. Make yourselves very comfortable now as you listen to my voice. You may close your eyes if that is your desire. Just breathe normally for a while. Then take deeper breaths, at least twice. You can use the exercises we have previously conducted. And your body goes into total relaxation. Got it now. Know that nothing can disturb you, and nothing will. It seems that we are ready to go on a journey now. I would like to invite you to a time travel. Time when you were at school and playing in the playground and enjoying yourself thoroughly. Perhaps not too happy when the bell rings for you to go back into the classroom. But that is okay. It will not be long before you can go home. You may very well recall the last bell of the day. And this is when the rush to get out starts. There is no time left for anything else. Just imagine running out of the school gates, trying to be the very first to get to the sweet shop. Remember? Now that you come to the door, you may see what the big poster says, and not the word which says it is closed, but you see only a big poster with bold letters and bright colors. It is a big poster which shows that there is a fun fair coming to town. Wow! And you are now so excited. Although it is not on for a few days yet. Quickly the news travels around, and your playmates too speak about it. You cannot wait to get home to tell your mom or dad, and your instant reaction is that you are going to be on your best behavior and will run any errands, just so long as you get to the fair. This sort of fair is obviously happening once every year, always in the same field, just outside the village. You and some other children cycle out to see the developments from time to time. Big moment is coming. They have to work. All the fairgrounds people put the pieces together like a big jigsaw. and they have finished it in time for the opening on Friday night. As the funfair starts, you can hear the music blaring from a long way and see the lights brightening the sky, the horizon, and attracting people from far and near. You cannot wait to go to the fair. You are now going to leave the childhood memories aside. As you do so, indeed, enter the fairgrounds. It's good to see that there are so many people here, and there is so much to do, so much to see. Just by the main entrance, there are hot dog stalls, candy floss, ice cream. There is also a caravan painted with all the signs of the zodiac and the note to seeing fortune teller. Very attractive indeed. The door is open, and on the table there is a crystal ball and a pack of cards. Are you tempted? Think carefully. Now look around. Where will you start? There are shooting galleries. Throw a wooden ball to try and win a coconut, or even a skelter. Swings, dodgem cars, a carousel. There is even a little roundabout for small children. Which would you like to go on first? That's an important question. Wait a moment. You can hear a lot of laughter coming from a big tent. Let us go there and have a look, shall we? Well, it is the Hall of Mirrors. We will need to pay to get in. There are a number of different mirrors here. The first one reflects you as tall, whereas the next one gives you a small head, a long neck, and a very fat body. Each one makes a different you. That is why everyone is laughing. There is one mirror that seems just ordinary. But is it? You stand in front of it and see yourself as you normally do, and also perhaps beside you, the reflection of family and friends you had not known were here with you. Be aware of the magnification that makes you see yourself as you would wish to be. I feel that you are tempted. You want to see more. It all seems very slow as you take a step back or sideways. Do you put a look in the clear mirror? What do you see? What do you see yourself as now? Just yourself, or a friend, or relative, or someone else? We can discuss this later. You can't take anything out of the hall of mirrors except the laughter and wonder that remains in your heart. You have a few roads yet to get through. Go on enjoying everything in here before we head for home. Time has slipped quickly by. It is now time to return home. Slowly, very slowly, we walk back through the grounds, listening to the beautiful laughter and the sweet music. However, there is some litter everywhere. The door to the fortune teller's caravan is closed. As we move further and further away, the music grows fainter and fainter. Lights that filled the sky are scarcely visible now. But you have been uplifted, mentally and emotionally. All the laughter, happiness, and awareness are still with you. Your physical body has been relaxed, but your subtle body has been awake. Come back now, very slowly. Do not stretch just yet, and do not tap your feet either, just for a while. We are ready now for our usual discussion. Were you tempted by the fortune teller? Why? By the mirror? Why? What music did you hear? Did you see any of your friends or family? To whom did you pay your money? Which rides did you choose and enjoy? Let us talk about things for a few minutes, shall we? The following segment can be watched or listened to after a while. This program can be paused or continued a little later. However, continuing with the program as your meditation sessions, there is nothing to stop you in enjoying yet another one. Let us now go to a mystery island, shall we? So, are we ready to start yet another journey? If so, just visualize a very fine mist swirling and in different shades of gray and color. It is heading towards you. It is coming faster and faster towards you, and your eyes are growing heavier and heavier and feeling very tired. Now is the time again to gather your mental strength and determination to reverse the mist. Make it flow backwards and away from you. Can you do this? I say, yes, you can. Because your mind controls the whole experience, you can do it. I also know that as you observe, the mist is dissolving. Notice it? Gradually, a new light appears, as if the sun is breaking through. There is a very slight breeze. Everything is peaceful here, and everything is still. What do you observe? We are all looking at a very lovely valley, lying verdant and fresh below. It is as if it is touched by the sun and is just awakened. Well, that is how it looks. Little more to go down and walk through the fields, tasting the freshness rising up from every blade of grass, from the embroidery of the flowers. You may gather some flowers now, if you like. Of course, you don't have to. If you don't, or rather would see them grow like I would, I personally prefer not to cut any flowers. I would let them grow and become more than what they are, filling the air with their fabulous aromas and color for longer periods of time. As we have been walking for quite a long time now, yet we are not in the least so tired, and mostly relaxed. Look, we are now coming to a woodland and can hear voices ahead of us. Everything is going easy here. Do you think you will find your way through these trees? I see several paths to go through. Each one of us can choose our own path, just following the sound of the voices coming closer and closer. At the end, one can say that we truly made it. There's a crowd of people here, as you can see, both adults and children. They're all having a picnic, it seems, beside a lake. But everybody seems to be too busy to take note of us. I know there is plenty of room so that we can find a place to sit down. And here we are on the bank at the edge of the water. So we don't have to reach far to a dangle of our feet. It's cool and very nice. Some youngsters and children, well, they're playing and or swimming in the lake. And everyone is having a wonderful time here. Are you having a wonderful time? Good. Some people are, as you know, rowing their boats, going over to a little island, I have been told. I wonder what is over there and where we can have the rowing boat. Come on, let's find out, shall we? Further along, there is a jetty with several boats tied up. And there is a man in charge. Can we hire a boat and go over to the island? And so we ask him. There is no charge. The boats are free, he says, smiling. What is on the island? We want to know. You will find out when you get there, he tells us. Are we all in? Then let's start rowing over to the intriguing island. The water is still, so very clear. If you put your hands in, you can make it ripple. Anyway, it does not take us long to reach the island. A man is waiting to help us reach the shore and tie up our craft. Nearby is a small cabin. Inside the open door, we can glimpse all the golden items and the chest. Judging by its rusty looks and handles, it must be quite ancient. Now, a tall figure stands beside it. The place is so small, so seemingly very private. We can only approach it one at a time. The people in the boat that went ahead of us are standing in line and awaiting their turn to enter. There is also an old vicar standing by the chest, and an elderly woman says, "Nonsense, it is Merlin. I can tell by his tall hat." A young man contradicts. "You are both wrong. It is that famous pop star," squeals he, an excited teenager. "Silly, it is just my daddy," says a little girl. Whatever your heart desires, the chest will hold it for you. The man beside it tells us. One by one, people approach the chest, holding up the lid and taking their price. One comes away hugging a Bible and a jeweled altar cross. The next one is triumphantly waving a bunch of tickets for the world tour. A lonely little girl comes away with a cuddly puppy in her arms. Can you see? An elderly man whose spectacles slipping down his nose has borrowed a barrel to wheel away the whole set of the Encyclopedia Britannica. He is followed by someone else, a youth in rugged and torn jeans, grinning ecstatically as he cradles a new guitar. Behind him comes a solitary soul with a telephone in her hand and an album of old photographs under her arm. It is now our turn. We can each take whatever we wish from this seemingly magical chest. Or is it a Pandora's box? I hope not. Hugging our chosen treasures, we re-embark and row back to the jetty, where the man who lent us the boat is waiting to help us dock. He asks us if we are pleased with what we found on the island. Now we all thank him, shaking his hand. The sun is beginning to set, and now there is not a voice to be heard. As we trace our paths all the way back through the trees and across the fields, I want you to turn your heads and look back down the valley once more, bathed in the radiant glow of the sunset colors. Keep these colors shining in your mind as gradually we come back to our everyday life and surroundings. Once more, we are sitting together on our usual chairs. Take a deep breath now, and presently have a good stretch. Once we have got ourselves together, we can start our discussion. And with that comes this episode to a conclusion. We shall meet again by the next episode. Until then, be happy, keep smiling, be well, be healthy, and thank you.